Before March 16, 2025, a team from Italy released a poster announcing that on that day, they would hold a major press conference to reveal a groundbreaking discovery beneath the Giza Pyramids in Egypt. This news was like a thunderbolt among those who have been closely following the pyramid. Many people either attended the press conference in person or watched the live broadcast of the entire event. The organizers knew how to satisfy the on-site and live-streaming audiences who were eager for juicy news. They revealed a mind-boggling discovery using a new satellite radar technology called SAR, or Synthetic Aperture Radar. They found a huge regular hollow structure beneath the Pyramid of Khafre, which is located in the center among the three large pyramids in the Giza Pyramid complex in Egypt. According to the model of the exploration results they released, inside the Pyramid of Khafre, apart from the already known chamber inside, 4 undiscovered chambers were also found around it, forming a special 1+4 5-chamber structure. Beneath these 5 chambers, there are 8 hollow cylindrical shafts that reach a depth of 648 meters, with spiral staircases either on the outside or inside of them. Even more astonishingly, these 8 hollow spiral cylindrical shafts in 2 groups of 4 each, are each connected to a rectangular space underneath, measuring 80 meters in length and width and 75 meters in height. The most astonishing thing is that, beneath this overall structure that is associated with numbers 5, 8, and 2, there is a vast network of crisscrossing underground cavities, resembling a huge underground city, which might be located even deeper beneath the entire Giza Pyramid complex. If the overall structure discovered is viewed with a matching human body, it will be found that the apex of the Pyramid of Khafre corresponds to the head of a person. The ground part of the pyramid resembles the body of a person. The 2 groups of hollow cylindrical shafts that are 648 meters deep correspond to the long legs of a person, and the 2 huge rectangular spaces beneath them are just like the 2 feet of a person. Now the question arises, if it weren't for the fact that people at that time found an effective way to utilize underground energy, or faced a potential huge disaster, who would have mobilized such an enormous amount of manpower, materials, and time to build such a vast underground project? Probably only a madman would have such an idea, right? Even if someone had such a crazy thought, would the technology and conditions at the time allow it? Next, we attempt to analyze this overall structure that are associated with the numbers 5, 8, and 2 from 2 different perspectives. First, we are going to analyze it using the Trinity numerical root function that we published in our book, Numbers and Roots of Numbers in the Bible, in 2011. Then, we will try to explore the possible uses of this vast project with the soap bubble solar technology that we are currently working on. Numerical root analysis of the numbers of 5, 8, and 2 that are associated with the Pyramid of Khafre. As early as 2011, 3 years before the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 in 2014, we published a book entitled Numbers and Roots of Numbers in the Bible. In it, we revealed that the flight number 370 of the missing Malaysia Airlines flight is actually one of the 5 single numerical roots. Its closest root neighbor is 371, and everyone knows that 370 plus 1 just equals 371. Interestingly enough, all the 3 numbers, 5, 8, and 2, that are associated with the newly discovered pyramid's underground structure have the same numerical root, which is 371. If the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 in 2014 pointed to the numerical root 370, which represents an empty vessel, then the newly discovered pyramid's hidden 5-8-2 structure simultaneously points to 371 from 3 different angles, as 371 equals 370 plus 1, with 371 being the result of adding both 370 and 1. From this, we can see that the numerical root of 371 can represent an empty vessel filled with solid contents. If the number 371 loses its smallest single digit 1, then 371 instantly becomes 370, the missing flight number in MH370. As a result, disappearance becomes inevitable. Conversely, if 370 reunites with 1, then the empty vessel's numerical route 370 can once again be transformed into the solid numerical route 371. Do you see the simple truth that is hidden in 371 equals 370 plus 1? In a world where reality is often confused with virtual reality, this simple mathematical equation of 371 equals 370 plus 1, and the fact that all these three numbers 5, 8, and 2 share the same numerical root 371 are calling humanity with a warning. Jump out of the virtual reality and turn all good things in virtual reality into real things in daily life. By analyzing the filling and flow of soap bubbles in Pyropod's cavity space, the possible functions of the pyramid are explored. In the hot summer of 1973, Richard Nelson, an inventor in Canada, came to a small island called Isle de la Madeleine, which is surrounded by sea to the northeast of Prince Edward Island, to help a local chicken farmer who had cancer. He joined hands with a newly married couple and planned to upgrade the extremely simple chicken barn on the farm. To effectively cool down the hot chicken barn in summer, Richard designed a simple greenhouse with a double-layer cavity on the south side of the chicken barn, using the ground and the south wall as supports. He stored water at the cavity bottom and used a water pump to feed water to the top of the cavity in order to cool the hot air blown out from the chicken barn by fans. During this process, the water spray turned into white bubbles. As a result, he discovered the ingenious mechanism of bubble solar, which was later codenamed as SolaRoof, and 6 patents were applied for. In simple terms, bubble solar utilizes the state of soap bubbles, which lies between the condensed and dispersed states of water, to deal with the high heat from the sun and the low heat from underground water, creating a comfortable ecological environment in the inner chamber in terms of temperature and humidity. When the soap bubbles fill and flow up and down the cavity wall and roof space of a building, they absorb the heat from the sun. When the soap bubbles burst and turn into their liquid form, the heat is naturally transferred to the liquid reservoir below, thus naturally turning the liquid storage pool into a thermal energy battery. This intermittent up and down circulation of soap bubbles driven by a simple device we call a bubble generator to bridge the temperature difference between the sun and the earth is very similar to a mysterious mechanism of the energy circulation in the human body. The upward flow is called the due meridian and the downward flow is called the Ren meridian. From this perspective of energy flow mechanism in bubble solar and human body, looking at the two sets of vertical shafts which are 648 meters deep between the upper and lower parts of this pyramid discovery, we see that the unique design of the lower part of the pyramid clearly would not utilize energy from the sun directly, but rather the opposite. It utilizes energy from the deep underground. Influenced by Nikola Tesla, the father of alternating current, when people consider the possible functions of the pyramids, they always start from the perspective of electromagnetic power and its resonance. Although we cannot completely deny Tesla's inference from the existing cold and hot convection in nature, which forms the horizontal flowing strong winds, the rotational flowing tornadoes, the ice and snow pouring down from above on the earth with overwhelming force, we can see that humans may have always overlooked the invisible truth right in front of us. That is, the dominantly active factor of low-frequency thermal energy in nature. The last commentary point to add to this great pyramid discovery is that, from the perspective that energy must have a circuit to flow, there should be some as yet undiscovered interrelationship between the two rectangular spaces at the bottom. For more information and applications related to the thermal energy flow assisted by the sun and soap bubbles, please visit our website at pyropod.com.